The Dark Knight Rises is gonna kick so much ass.
I don't think you'll Dark Knight.
What did you say?
When Gotham is in ashes, you have permission to die.
I'm sorry, but I can't understand you.
I said you have permission to die.
Somebody better grab a pencil, because I cannot understand this guy.
What's up, collectors? This is Demonic Review Spot, and I know I have not done any action figure reviews in a while, mainly because I've been focusing on my video game channel, but here I am once again getting back at these reviews, and since I'm super excited for The Dark Knight Rises that's coming out next year, I thought I'd review these tumblers from Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. So let's start with the Batman Begins tumbler. So here it is, the tumbler from Batman Begins. Fairly large vehicle for Batman, a lot different than his previous incarnations of the Batmobile, but it rolls quite nicely, as you can see. And compared to other vehicles, such as Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen, you can see how large that is. Fix the smokestacks there, there we go. And sort of get a side view of each one. So you can see it's really much larger in scale compared to the Optimus Prime in his truck mode. If you want to fit a 5-inch figure in there, let's say Batman of course, you can lift this panel up and you can see the cockpit inside of there with the handles, and Batman just fits nicely in there. Can be a pain to get in there sometimes, but he fits. And then shut that back down and he's ready to ride. Also, on the top here, there's 3 buttons. And what these features does is activates light and sounds and the missiles. So these 2 buttons right there are going to activate lights and sound. This third one right here in the middle, that's going to be for the missiles. And I will demonstrate that right now. Makes a pew pew sound. And this one makes the engine sound, I believe. And you notice the back lights up there once you press the one for the engine. Now the one for the missiles is pretty cool. I'll get a front and side shot of that. You see missiles pop out on both sides, and you see 2 little green LEDs on the front there. And they make light sounds once you close it back up. And let's get a nice side shot of that. Awesome. And if you notice on the top of each missiles here, they have these red buttons, and those are to launch the missiles. So if you press that like so, it launches that missile, and if you press this one like so, it launches that missile. And wow, Bane is really indestructible. Moving on to the tumbler from the Dark Knight. As you can see, it's identical in size to the first tumbler, and it has some minor differences with the paint apps. As you can see here, this part is painted gold, and the Batman Begins version is not painted. Same with these parts right here. That's just a solid black, but on this one it's painted gold. And I noticed it's the same with the back tires as well. As you see, the second one back here is painted, but this one is not. And another easy way to tell the difference between the two is the top of the vehicles. As you notice, this has 3 buttons for the features, and this only has 2 buttons for the features. One is to open up the panels of the Batmobile, and the second one is to launch the Batpod, which I will demonstrate in a little while. And one final difference is the cockpits. That opens up, so you could put a 5-inch figure inside. And this, I think you could put the same size figure in, but maybe a little bit smaller. Alright, and now for the features of the Dark Knight Batmobile. It has a button here labeled as button 1, and once you press that, as you can see, all these panels pop open to reveal a tiny Batman inside there on a small bat pod. And to launch that, you just press button 2. And Batman just drove right into my garbage can, I'm not kidding. There's my garbage, and there's Batman. Alright, now that Batman's out of the garbage and all cleaned off, here he is. You see some of the detailing on the Batpod here, with the wheels. It's a very nice detail on the small figure himself, and he does not come off, so he's sort of stuck on there. Yeah, I think you can remove these things from his hands. I don't know, I don't want to break it, but anyways, I think you could remove those from his hands there. But as for the rest of them, he's pretty much stuck on there, so you can't put any other figure on there, which sucks. And his head, oh, his head does have some articulation, so that just turns left and right. And his cape is solid plastic. Alright, so that's Batman and his Batpod. And if you notice, when I press the button to open up the panels here, you'll see these missiles on each side. And to launch those, they have buttons on the back there, if you can see that. So if you push that, and it'll launch the missile. And just for the sake of this review, I'm going to press both buttons at the same time just to see how cool this looks. 1, 2, 3. Very awesome. Alright, now that concludes my video review for both Tumblers from Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. And I can't wait to see Dark Knight Rises next year. And I would recommend, well, I'd say it's a matter of preference, but I would recommend the Dark Knight Batmobile over this one. Mainly because the features are so cool. The way you could just open up the panels and it has the missiles on the side. Plus you kind of get like an extra vehicle here, the Batpod, with the downside of not being able to take Batman off of it, but it's still cool nonetheless. And with the first one, you're getting lights and sounds and missile panels on the sides as well. So alright, this is Demonic Review Spot. Thank you for watching my video review, and until next time, peace.